All right, let's talk about a feeling I think pretty much everyone knows. That feeling of just running on empty. In this explainer, we're going to dive into the psychology behind why you feel so drained and, more importantly, how a really simple shift in thinking can help you start recharging.
So, does this sound familiar? You're just dragging yourself through the day. You feel like you have absolutely nothing left in the tank. It's more than just being tired, right? It's that deep down feeling of being completely and totally spent. Okay, so here's the big idea. Psychologists are suggesting we should stop thinking about our energy like it's some kind of faulty battery that needs to be fixed. Instead, I want you to picture it as an emotional bank account. And you're going to see this one little change in perspective, well, it changes everything. Now, it's so easy to just think, well, this is just modern life. I'm supposed to feel drained. But it's not random. There's actually a psychological formula at play here. And once you kind of get how it works, you can start to take back some control. So here's the deal. Your brain is constantly managing your internal resources. Every single demand life throws at you, big or small, it requires you to spend some energy. Your brain is allocating that energy, just like a bank decides where to send its money. And if you're not careful about managing it, you are going to end up in the red. So let's really break down this whole bank account metaphor, starting with the part we are all way too familiar with, the withdrawals. When you see it laid out like this, it just makes so much sense. That really tough meeting you had at work? Yep, that was you spending some internal cash. A miserable traffic-filled commute? You just drained some of your resources. That tense, stressful conversation? You guessed it, you just made another withdrawal. Every single one costs you something. And this is what happens. If all you ever do is make withdrawals, just constantly spending your energy on life's never-ending demands without ever putting anything back in, your balance is going to hit zero. It's inevitable. And that leaves you with nothing for the next challenge that comes along. But here's where it gets a little tricky. It's not just the big, obvious stressors we have to look out for. There are also these hidden costs, these subtle little drains on our account that a lot of the time we don't even realize are happening. And one of the biggest culprits here is something psychologists call safety behaviors. These are all those little things we do when we feel anxious to try and make ourselves feel better in the moment. The catch is, while they feel like they're helping, they're secretly draining our energy at a much faster rate. I mean, here's the classic example we've all probably done. You're in a social situation. You feel a little awkward, a little anxious. So what do? You pull out your phone to avoid making eye contact. It feels safer, doesn't it? But here's the paradox. That safe little action, it actually adds a whole new layer of anxiety to the situation. So now, you're not just dealing with the original stress, you're also managing the stress of this avoidance tactic. It's like paying a super high interest fee on your withdrawal, and it drains your account that much faster. Okay, enough about all the spending. This is the part we've been waiting for. How do we start putting something back into that account? Let's get into the toolkit for making some serious deposits. And we can basically break these down into two main types. You've got your instant recharges, which are great for a quick boost right when you need it. And then you have your long-term investments, which are all about building up your overall emotional wealth over time. So for an instant recharge, one of the most powerful, science-backed tools out there is the physiological sigh. It's so simple. You take a double inhale through your nose, one big breath, and then a little quick one on top to really fill your lungs. Then you follow that with a long, slow exhale through your mouth. It's incredible how quickly this can calm your whole nervous system down. And hey, there are other quick deposits you can make too. Just splashing some cold water on your face can actually slow your heart rate. Or listening to natural soundscapes, like rain or birdsong, that sends a signal of safety to your brain, helping it relax and recharge. Okay, now for the long game, the long-term investments. These are the daily habits that build a really resilient balance over time. We're talking about things like getting natural sunlight, which is a huge mood regulator, seeking social connection. It's so tempting to hide away when we're tired, but isolation is a massive drain. Even just managing your caffeine intake can help you get the deep sleep you need to really replenish. And finally, there's the practice of focusing on the present moment. I mean, think about it. When you're worrying about a future that hasn't even happened yet, or you're stuck replaying some mistake from the past, you are spending real, actual energy on things that don't exist. Bringing your attention back to the here and now is a way to stop that phantom spending.
So, all of this brings us to a final, really powerful shift in how we look at all this. The goal isn't just about managing an account day to day, it's about fundamentally changing our whole approach to life's challenges. We often think that being strong means we have to shrink our problems down or make them disappear completely. But what if that's not the goal at all? What if there's a much better way to think about it? And this quote just says it all perfectly. Real strength isn't about avoiding the withdrawals. It's about making so many consistent, meaningful deposits that you build an emotional account that's big enough and strong enough to handle whatever life decides to throw your way. So, the question I want to leave you with is this: what's just one small deposit you can make for yourself today?